Everyone should be up there recording on Tuesday.
Okay.
So we're good. We should
So
be.
we're good?
Looks like we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Thank you. Test, test, test. All right. You can have everyone grab a seat, please. Got a couple people coming in here. Well, we appreciate everyone joining us for the inaugural Funding and Rate panel that's being sponsored by AeroInnovate. My name is Tom Kowski, co-founder of LegalCap Software. We have a great program lined up for you guys today, and it's a great day of AeroInnovate, so we're going to close it out even better. So I'm going to start with a quick poll of the audience. Who in the audience has heard of AeroInnovate? A show of hands. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. All right, good deal. Well, Tom Burton to my left here and I are AeroInnovate alumni. Tom went to the program in 2015, and I went to the program in 2016. If you're an entrepreneur and looking for ways to refine your ideas, you need to know about AeroInnovate. If you're an investor looking for ways, or looking for companies to increase your aviation portfolio, you need to know about AeroInnovate. And if you're a company that would like to sponsor AeroInnovate, we need to know about you. So please see either Steve Slocum or Teresa Stevens here in the audience after the program. He can tell you all about the joys of sponsoring AeroInnovate. So AI is a valuable resource for early stage aviation entrepreneurs. Every year, 4 to 5 companies win the chance to come to Oshkosh, display their products at the Innovation Center, and then pitch their idea to investors at the annual Pitch and Mingle. Applications for the 2019 cohort are now open, so it's not too early to get your idea in there. Check out the website for more information, and be sure to sign up for their email list to get additional information on the events they run throughout the year. This year, we have 4 companies in the 2018 cohort, and we invite you to visit them tomorrow, 2 to my left, in the Innovation Center. These 4 companies will be pitching to an eager crowd of investors and aviation enthusiasts on Wednesday night. If the pitch and mingle is not on your schedule, we invite you to put it on there now. And we have some brochures that we can hand out to you guys. Do you have brochures? All right, good deal. So we have information on pitch and mingle in the brochure. So grab them and see afterwards. AeroInnovate provides these valuable services to our aviation entrepreneur community via the generosity of our sponsors. So I'll mention it again. If you're interested in learning more about being an AeroInnovate sponsor, please see Teresa or Steve. All right, we're getting ready to start the meat of our program. The schedule for today is behind me, and we do have some guides and bios in them as well of our panel. So if you haven't gotten one of those, raise your hand. We can get those passed out to you. But we want to start with an audience poll. Find out who is our audience today. So who here is an investor? Investors in the audience? See 1, 2. We got some on stage here. All right. Who is currently has a company? All right. And I know some people out there that do very good. Who is interested, has an idea, and are interested in starting their own thing? Okay, good deal. And then kind of who's just here learning about this whole entrepreneurship thing as a bootstrap company, which means we haven't taken any funding yet. We provide the airlines with custom flight operation solutions. Again, as I mentioned, there's a detailed bio of all of our panelists in the handout that we have available for you. So what we're going to do to start off is I've asked each of our panelists to give a 2-minute elevator pitch of who they are and what their company is about. So we'll start with Tom Burton here to my left.
Check, Gary. Cool. So yeah, my name is Tom Burton. I was an SEC mechanic in the Air Force, and I was starting my tool slide off the aircraft. So later in my mom's car, I noticed she had a non-slip mat on her dashboard to keep herself one place to drive in. So I took the material and found a way to make different types of shapes and everything with it, and came up with a grip mat. So it's a flexible non-slip tool tray that gives you a safe place to take your tools. So yeah, we really started in aviation and started growing out to different markets. It's bought and used by NASA, the flight department, Bombardier, Gulfstream, a lot of different aircraft manufacturers. And yeah, we started in 2015 at AeroInnovate, and yeah, it's a fantastic program. Yeah, you know, you're an entrepreneur looking to get involved, it's a great place to start. So they have a great network, and you know, the pitch and mingle, if you just are interested in getting into that kind of space, the pitch and mingle is definitely the spot to be. You know, great place to meet a lot of people. So yeah.
Thank you. My name is Eric Barge. I'm Chief Operating Officer of Verigo Aero. My personal background, I come out of a variety of research and development, innovation, and general management roles, leading businesses up to about 200 million in sales. But for the aviation side of my background, I've been involved in electric and hybrid electric aviation really since the beginning of it really getting big. I flew my first manned electric aircraft back in 2013, lots of flight time in it. It was a great experience and brought the first formation electric team that I would display at the Oshkosh show 5 years back. And so Verigo Aero was started by 3 of us who have a lot of experience with electric flight, hybrid flight, vertical takeoff and landing control systems, and fly-by-wire systems. And we really started out as an aircraft company to capitalize on the ability to combine drone technologies with full-scale aerospace technologies and electric propulsion and deliver safe, clean, quiet, vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for urban transportation. Partway through the scale-up of that business, we have pivoted our business model, as is frequently the case, and we're really now focusing on the core technologies behind our aircraft, which are really the hybrid drivetrains, the electric propulsion systems, the rotors and the control systems, and the software that ties that all together, such that we're really becoming one of the foundations of the entire industry. So as you see all of these vertical takeoff and landing aircraft and new concepts, they're all going to need propulsion, they're all going to need control, they're all going to need certified systems. And so we're kind of the heart of those systems and kind of the brains behind some of those aircraft programs. Yeah, excited to be here. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Martha Cosgrove. I am on the Boeing Horizon X Ventures team. We are Boeing's corporate venture capital arm. And we actually were only established a year ago, so April 2017. But we've done about an investment a month, so we already have a pretty big portfolio. We are a strategic investor, so we look across all of the verticals that the Boeing company is involved in and look to make strategic investments on behalf of the Boeing company. My personal background, I joined Boeing when I joined Horizon X Ventures, which is a little bit atypical for my team. A lot of my team members have come from past Boeing experiences. But I got to Boeing from a clean tech incubator out of Boston. So I have a little bit of clean tech interest. And I actually studied geology and geophysics, which is like, okay, now you work in aviation. How does that relate? But I studied GIS imagery, so a lot of the satellite imagery is in my wheelhouse now. But yeah, really excited to be here. I was a mentor on the AeroInnovate program, and it's been an awesome time.
Oh, my name is Rich Lehman, and I don't have a present company. My investment history goes all the way back to Silicon Valley in the probably late 70s, when none of us really knew what we were doing, but it sure was fun. My last job with a big company is I retired as a fellow of the technical staff at Motorola, so I'm basically a technical guy, but I did a lot of work with Motorola Ventures on evaluating technical companies, and I'm still pretty active in angel investing, which I think that'll probably come a little clearer as the discussion goes on here. So I'm a early stage seed kind of a person.
Thank you all for that introduction. That's great. So Martha, I'm going to start with you. Why did you, or not you personally, but why did Boeing decide to get involved with AeroInnovate? How does that fit into the investment strategy that you have with the company?
Yeah, for sure. So we look to all stages of the market. So to find companies and to learn more about where trends are going. Boeing Horizon Ventures is focused on institutional seed, which is like, oh, what's that? It's like kind of just later stage seed money, just a fancy word for it, I guess. But we'll participate in anything from Series A to Series B. And AeroInnovate, there are tons of startups that are applying AeroInnovate, and they're typically a little bit earlier stage than what we're interested in, but that's like a great piece of knowledge for the market. Where companies coming from and applying to accelerator programs. You can look to Y Combinator or TechCrunch, and you're like, great, but AeroInnovate is specifically an aerospace accelerator program, and we're an aerospace corporation, so that goes pretty line in line. Being a sponsor on the program, you get to see all of the applicants. So even the ones that didn't make it in, I got to see and rate part of the evaluation, and then personally got to be involved with a lot of the interview process, which is cool. And it's a great touch point just with startups, like getting to know people, and getting to know and having startups know about Boeing Horizon X as well, because we're still pretty new. And then I was lucky enough to be also a mentor for the program, which even kind of further develops relationships across corporates and early stage, and finding a way to make a really large, scary corporation like Boeing more accessible to startups. Our first sponsorship was last year, and we're thrilled to be here now.
Well, we're very appreciative of having you sponsor. Thank you. So with our entrepreneurs, I want to start small and go big. Tom, can you just give us a sense of kind of how you started the company, and then how you got your initial funding to get to where you are right now? Not necessarily all the way up to now, but just that starting point.
Yeah, starting Boring was a lot of self-funded, and applied to a lot of grants and a lot of business competitions, and did AeroInnovate program at Asset Capital, and basically after like 10 months of selling, I ended up on Shark Tank, and got 3 investors that way. Mark Cuban, Lori Kinnear, and Richard Branson. Branson was a guest shark, so that was really exciting. Each shark took 10% of the company, and it was kind of interesting with basically, it's my first real startup. I really wanted to have them as a partner to just kind of, be a part of their network and see how things are supposed to be ran. That was kind of a partnership for me. It wasn't, depending on the situation, it might just be straight capital, or maybe it is all strategic. But I guess having the guidance for me was a big thing.
Great, thank you. So, Rich, you kind of mentioned, your area of interest is on the early stage. Can you walk us through your thoughts on early stage investment strategies for aerospace companies, and what mistakes do you see entrepreneurs making?
Repeat the last part.
So what are the mistakes you see people making?
Yeah. Well, one of the mistakes I see people making is jumping to the later investors. Maybe not Martha perceived, but the model that I like, if you start with your idea, the first funding round is the so-called triple F, which stands for family, friends, and fools. And the next round is mostly ignored because it's hard to make a connection, except in things like AeroInnovate here, which is why I'm really enthused and want to support it. But that's the angel round. And the angel round is somebody that can really help you. A lot of people here, we didn't see a lot of hands-on investors. There might be some that would be great angel investors, but investing their time and helping you really shape your ideas. The error that I see are people going to later stage venture funds that are interested in maybe a 4 or 5 year exit. And by exit, I mean getting your money back. An angel's, well, like me, I have a passion for technology. I'm kind of a sucker if I see something I really like. I look for a much longer exit. I love people like Martha because that is an exit strategy in the sense that how do you finally exit or return your seed investment, and that's through an IPO or a merger or something with somebody like Martha. I also see an emerging model with the large companies no longer being able to afford the technology development that they did when I look back in the 70s and 80s. So you're going to see more folks like Martha, and you see the larger companies chasing their way, maybe even into the angel space, but as a minority investor. So to back up, I think the mistake is to try to go to the more mature investors too soon. And you really need to link up with somebody that shares your passion, and kind of the litmus test is, gee, that's really cool. What can I do to help? Rather than what's your exit strategy?
Great, thanks, Rich. So Eric, I'm going to kind of go to you. You're sort of the polar opposite of Tom's company in terms of what you're trying to do. Capital-intensive development of new aviation technologies. How the heck do you design a funding strategy around needing that much money?
So the answer is it's really, really hard because the venture capital industry and a lot of the investors that pay attention to technology have been really kind of seasoned through the software industries, app industries, things that don't necessarily involve certification roadmap, things that don't necessarily involve hardware, tooling, and many years between concept to actually having revenue come in the door. So I would say, a big part of that is narrowing down on that population to find who are the people all the way from the seed stage that you mentioned through the angel stage, and then building those relationships with the Series A investors, and really focusing more on the strategic partners who understand the space versus the more generic venture capital industry, which there are some of the VC people that are very well versed at understanding businesses like ours. And in fact, there are some interesting parallels between the biotech industry, where they're used to 5 or 6 year timelines. You've got clinical trials instead of certification. You deal with the FAA versus the FDA, but it's definitely a subset. And so I would say it's a very hard process, and you have to find people who have the patience and the vision to go along with a multi-year roadmap. But the other thing, frankly, you have to have is you have to think through ahead of time what makes that pay off for the investor. And I do see a lot of businesses that don't really have a business model that supports their being a big payoff at the end of that makes it worth the investor's time and risk in wading through that. And so I think part of what you have to think through is how do you be very conscious of what you're really able to do, understanding that it's very risky starting a business, but is there sufficient reward at the end of that tunnel to make it worth starting a journey?
Great, thanks. So, Mark, I'm going to go back to you, and Rich alluded to this, that, obviously you're a company-backed fund, which is different than a global VC or a private equity, maybe a family investing arm. What kind of guidance do you get from Boeing, and what are you guys looking for in companies as a company-backed fund?
Yeah, so it's very different than a traditional institutional venture capital firm. Not that I have a ton of experience in what a traditional VC looks like, but what I hear. We're solely focused on the strategic benefit that the startup brings to the Boeing company. So like you were saying, there are more and more corporations jumping into the VC world because they're realizing, you can take your R&D and instead of piling the money internally, why don't you pile the money externally? And more likely in a startup, they're going to use it a little bit more efficiently maybe than a Boeing program that's been around for many years. So when we're looking at a startup, we want to make sure that the startup can gain as much strategic value from Boeing as Boeing can gain from the startup. So whether they're going to be incorporated into a future core Boeing product, or they can, save us money in the near, like starting out right away in a pilot, on a manufacturing line, sure we can bring them the pilot or the Boeing stamp of approval, but how else can the Boeing company help the startup achieve what it needs to be? Is it access to a supply chain? Is it, making a connection to one of our customers, whether it's through a Boeing customer relationship or a Horizon X customer relationship? We just really want to maximize the value. And it's been really, really hard. It's pretty easy to give away money, and it's really hard to bring a startup's technology into the Boeing company. Internal business units don't know how to work with a startup. They deal with really long contracting times, and working with supplier management saying, okay, we need a VIA or an NDA to come back to us in a week, not a month. Changing timelines and visions has been difficult and fun and challenging, and there's no roadmap. It's been our largest challenge. And I think that when the startup is, seeking out specific things from the Boeing company and needs specific things from the Boeing company, that's when we really work together the best. When it's very specific needs, like we need access to this, this, and this. That's when we find kind of our partnerships to flourish to the highest quality. As our fund, we do not need a business unit to support us, make an investment, but we found, I think all of our investments so far have been supported by an internal business unit or program, because when you have someone supporting that, it's so much easier to go on with a pilot internally. I guess so. And financially speaking, of course, we want the startup to be financially successful. But we hope that by incorporating them into, we initiating incorporation into a voting product will help their financial success as well.
Thank you. So Tom, Rich talked a little bit about building value. So how did you, or what's some lessons learned that you gained over the last few years in terms of building value with your product that really helped you get that great deal on Shark Tank?
Yeah, I guess, well, there's two things, building value in the company and building value in the product. I guess it's kind of interesting with value of the product, what it is versus what it does. Some people will say, well, it's just a rubber tray. That's what it is, but what it does is significantly bigger than that. It's kind of interesting, like seeing who I'm talking to a lot of times. If they don't fully understand they're like clearly not a mechanic, but I am. And just a lot of times I'll call people out on that. Like, well, it's just a rubber tray. Like, are you a mechanic? No. Oh, yeah, no. Who doesn't customer? And then like building value in the company, like with investors, is kind of this interesting. I think my perspective of investors is pretty unique being on Shark Tank, where the way I feel about it, if you watch the episode, I'm basically very transparent of like where I need help and where the company is weak, where I feel like a lot of times people who are trying to be investors try to make themselves look like they are perfect. So therefore, if you are perfect, that's saying to the investor, yeah, we don't really need you, we need your money, and that's it. Where like a lot of times companies don't want to say, yeah, we have troubles in X, Y, Z, and you have X and Y, that's why we need you. Companies don't want to say that because therefore that has potential that the investor will have potentially more control, more power. Well, I do have X and Y, so therefore I should have a higher percentage. That's what some people might think. Where to me, I think it was like a no-brainer for the Sharks and Shark Tank because I was just basically saying, look, I need help. Where I need help, you guys have all the resources for it. And it just made it good. When you lay it out that way, it seems very complimentary to the investor instead of saying, yeah, we don't need you, we just need the money. So that's my 2 cents on I guess how to display your company to an investor, of like kind of showing the value. Obviously show them the value of the product and the capabilities of the product, but be transparent of the internal issues you may have that they may be very easily be able to fix it. It's almost kind of like if someone's offering you something, if you take it, they feel, that makes them feel thinking basically, versus saying, no, whatever you have, we don't need it. We already have that figured out. So that's kind of
And you have pretty solid traction with your sales, so you have good sales numbers going in to talk to investors.
We had roughly 400,000 in sales, and we did that in 10 months. So especially like with the Shark Tank style, there's only like there's only certain type of companies that they have on the show. It was a good fit for the show, and then also the Sharks.
Super. So Rich, I want to follow up with you and give us your thoughts and perspectives on both the product value and then the intellectual value that these companies are creating.
Yeah, I was just thinking that through. Let me make a point here that isn't real well realized. If you take the market cap of the S&P 500 companies and compare that with their balance sheets with the hard assets, in the 70s you'll find that the market evaluated companies at about 7 So what does that mean? It means that intellectual property is way valuable, more valuable than a plant and equipment. And one of the things that you need to consider when you're starting your company, and also people think intellectual property, that's patents, okay, that's only a small part of it. Supply chain, potential supply chain, smart people, you might have a process. And the reason large companies like Martha's are interested in your startup will not so much be what they see you producing, but what your intellectual property can help them produce for their companies. And so they're placing a bet. They want to have part of that. They want to have some control over that. So the idea of funding being hard, I haven't really found it to be hard for people that have really got a story on how to create value, or specifically it happens is when you go to your phase A, you'll come up with some kind of a number for what it's worth for the share values and percentages. And in my view, it's just made up, but it's made up on what your future cash flows may be, how you're really creating value, probably more in the intellectual property space than in the hard asset space.
Thanks, Rich. And Eric, I'm going to go to you to follow up to that, because you are in this exciting, dynamic market right now. We see a lot of innovation. I can see some electrification right out the door here. What has been your approach to selling the value of your company when there's a lot of noise out there in the market space? And you have a pretty famous lineage in your company too, with the Lindbergh name. Does that help at all when you're cutting through that noise?
Yep. So yeah, my business partner is Eric Lindbergh, related to Charles, his grandson. And so I would say, for any business, you have to have your basic concept, your technology, your product, what have you. You have to have a business plan. You have to then be able to get in the door with that plan. And then once you're in the door, you have to earn your keep to stay in the door and ultimately demonstrate to the investor, whichever stage of investment it is, that you're worth listening to and that there is ultimately value in it for them. And so to directly answer one piece of your question, certainly having the Lindbergh lineage in our company's founders list, that absolutely helps us get in the door. But it doesn't mean you've got a good idea. It doesn't mean you necessarily demonstrated value to the investor. So it certainly doesn't bypass the other parts of that process. And those are very, very important parts of the process. So just to build on what Rich said, when you've got the concept and the business plan, you have to be thinking about all of the aspects of that intellectual property. It does go well beyond patents. It's what type of team are you building? What are your core competencies? What are your capabilities? And I've heard it often said that many investors aren't investing as much on the product or the concept as on the team. And certainly we have seen that play out in our business, because we've already been through one significant strategic pivot where we really made some decisions based on the direction that this whole market is taking, and said, what, the value that we bring to the table is really deepest in certain aspects of how you make one of these revolutionary aircraft work. And rather than compete head-to-head with 100 different companies around the world and every 15-year-old science fair project in vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, let's be the vendor that makes that industry feasible and possible by taking the depth that we've got, and that depth is in part patent cases that we've filed, but a large part of our intellectual property and the fact that our team has more than a decade of experience in this area. And so really it's kind of bringing all of that to bear to show that you have value, get in the door, but then ultimately you've got to have a business case that shows, how, if someone's going to be handing you, whether it's $10,000, $50,000, $1 million, if that's seed, angel, series A, why is that a good idea for them financially? Because they're certainly taking a risk on you, and so there needs to be a significant potential reward in the process.
Thank you. So you hit on team now, and I'm handing it back over to Martha. How are you evaluating these companies you're looking at? Is it management team, revenue? Is it, product? Is it market space they're in? What are the factors that you weigh when you're looking at your investments?
Yeah, I think team is spot on. You really gotta have a great team. You'd rather have a really great team and a mediocre product. Oh, there it goes. The great team and a mediocre product than a mediocre team and a great product. The great team can take your product and pivot where it needs to go. So like team, tech, market, all really relevant. For Boeing specifically, again, it's back to the strategic value. The timing of programs, where we're looking to go. We work directly with the Boeing internal units and programs of where their strategic roadmaps are. And so, if timing, a lot of it comes down to timing, whether it's beneficial or to your company or not. Does that team have budget right now to run a pilot for you? Are you also fundraising at that during those 3 months prior to that pilot being ready to have funding? And so I think it's for corporations, you really need to have the longer term relationship build up. And so, getting in there early, keeping up communication, keep pestering us, because there's a lot of things that come through the inbox and you're like, what's that, VTOL core system company that they were doing the exterior body, but now they're not. And now is the right time, but we want to talk to them in 6 months. My phone is just going in and out, but it's fine. We also look across, again, just talking to what I know, but Boeing Horizon X looks across all of Boeing's core business, so it could be enterprise software, it could be, disruptive commercial mobility, it could be AI, it could be advanced manufacturing, and we're looking to build a portfolio that has companies that touches each part of the business. So it's not that we necessarily fulfill a bucket once we've invested in one disruptive mobility startup, but we're not looking to make 6 investments a year just in that one market space. And so again, it's just based on that timing and maintaining that relationship and being ready to go when we need you, or vice versa.
Great. So we're going to turn it over to the audience after this round, so start thinking of your questions. And we'll come out and then get you. And what I'll do is I'll just bring the mic out so you can hear everybody over the aircraft noise. Tom, we have a few people here who are thinking of starting a company. What are some of the things you wish you knew? What was it, 4 years ago when you had, that would be a great idea, to now, it would have been good to know that.
Yeah, I guess, depending on the idea or the product, I guess my perspective is that the owner and founder should be able to get the MVP and show that off. Now, obviously, the model's significantly bigger, that would be very tough to do. But when you do that, I don't know, I feel like that shows quite a few different things of like scrappiness of the founder. It shows, if you're for the MVP, if you're trying to go to an investor and get money for that, they're going to want such a significantly larger percentage of that. Basically, the way I kind of look at it is from A to C. A is like an IPO and a napkin to C if like you just IPO'd or you just sold your company. The farther you can get to C, the better it's going to be for the investor. So like if you already have revenue, you know, you sold $1 million worth in the first month or whatever, you know, the investor's going to want they're going to want less percent for way more money. So they're going to give you more money and then take less cut. So if you go on day one of like, hey, I got this cool idea on the napkin, they're going to be like, I'm going to want 10% of your company for $1,000 because I don't know, you know. So if you can express to that investor of like, yeah, I actually got a quote to make prototypes for $50,000 and I made, you know, 3 prototypes in my basement for $60. And they'll be like, wow, that's actually pretty extravagant. How'd you do that? Here's how I did it, X, Y, Z. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the advice I would give. But honestly, if you have the ability, if your product is very simplistic like mine, I probably won't even waste any time with investors. Yeah, I feel like there's also kind of if you're new to the game, you think that you know how to spend money, but you don't. So honestly, on day one, if I was given $100,000, I would spend it on molds of the wrong product. So me not having any money and going through basically that drought of not having any funds or very little resources, it made me understand exactly what I needed to do. And the second I had money, I knew what to do with it. So yeah, I guess when you're new, they're like, oh yeah, I need an investor because that's what startup companies do, which doesn't have to be that way.
Great. And Rich, I'm going to go over to you here. What do you see as some of the unique challenges in the startup funding cycle in our special industry, aviation and aerospace?
Yeah, that's, let me try to frame the answer right here. Martha made a great point about relationships, and boy, is that important, particularly with angels, but more with any seed group. You don't necessarily want to go to them and ask for money. You want to go to them and say, hey, I'm starting this thing. If it goes, I may need some money sometime. One of your guys might be able to help me. Now, you don't want to go into the whole secret sauce, but you want to start building some kind of relationship. The bad news is, I would almost advise you, depending kind of on the side of the market, if you're really serious, you have to move to San Jose or Seattle. I've seen, I guess I won't go into specifics, but I've seen 2 or 3 that are just a slam dunk, and they're in Eastern Europe, or they're in Indiana, and they just flop. And they don't really have the almost day-to-day contact that you need to have with kind of I'll call it a community. Now, give us a challenge. If I take it too much time here, in my career and my other application is, I'll just say space. And I say I'm not representing the Space Angels, but I'm in the Space Angels Network. And it has grown from 3 or 4 angels to actually having its own fund. And you look at the new space, which I think we may be on the verge on in aviation, has gone from raising 100 million, tens of millions, to raising $1 billion a year. I mean, there's SpaceX, there's CubeSats, I won't go into this audience, but we need something like that. Maybe AeroInnovate plays a role with communications. Maybe you don't need to be in the Valley or in Seattle, but developing a band of angels and a communication
thoughtful strategically as well as financially and be looking forward such that you're kind of putting a foot in each camp at both times. We're always thinking about where we are right now, but we're also thinking about where are we going to be in a year or 2 years. And we're going to be needing to talk to different people then. And we've heard about relationships a lot on the stage, and we need to have those relationships earlier so that when you get to that point, it could take you 6 months, 9 months, a year to get someone on board and comfortable, particularly if you're talking about something new, something revolutionary. Maybe if you're talking with a strategic investor that's a bit of a more old school, larger scale business where decision-making processes are run longer. I think what Boeing Horizon X has done is great because you've really cut down that decision-making cycle, but that isn't generally true for everyone in the space, and so you've got to give people time. You've got to start building those relationships and really investing in those relationships. And I think that starts very early on. You've got to always be focusing on where you're at and where you're going. So,
Great, thanks very much. So, audience, you have a great panel here of entrepreneurs and investors. Who has a question for our panel today? Our first contestant. Just say your name, sir.
My name is Mark Foster. I have a question for Rich. At what level or what stage do you guys come in from an angel investor? First, do they need to have the IP? Do they need to have a prototype? Do they need to have customers? Kind of tell us when you guys start coming in from an investment standpoint.
what will your preferences it's pretty interesting.
You know, you guys keep asking that question. It was the next thing I was thinking of in my mind. I'm a demo. If you have hardware, show me the hardware. I'm not a numbers guy, so I don't know if that. I hesitate to give you the advice of. I don't care if you have a business plan that says. I'm good. Well, the only thing I get suspicious on the business plan is there's $1 billion market and I'm going to return your capital because I'm going to get 1% of it. You tell me you're going to get 50% of it, I'm much more interested. But I'm really interested in your, as I said, the intellectual property. But what is it that you're really creating value with? An example, way back in the 70s, I first saw this uncoded, the technology that all these little hard disks are now. Because disks in those days were either floppy or, big as a truck. You just looked at that thing. I don't care about the numbers, give me a piece of that. So, because you can see the value. Boy, that is really going to collapse memory. So you have to have a story, the demonstration of what it is, but also a story of how that ultimately comes back in revenue and creates value. It may even be through licensing. That may be where you. I'll stop there. I'll get off on an evaluation speech.
Answer your question, Mark. Great. Other questions? No, over to you, sir.
Hi, my name is Paul Schwab. This is a question for Martha and Rich. Now, I'm an innovator type, and I'm presuming that, and I have some passions and I have a couple of attorneys. And my assumption is as I go through and get intellectual property protections and things like that part of that is to protect the investors as well as me. And I guess I'm still scared about who I would partner up with, not knowing what kind of philosophy that investors have in protecting me as part of a team member. I mean, do any of you have a philosophy to share?
Are you
it's, what was the word that if you had, there was a technology, I'm losing the word right now, but if you had something that other businesses really would want you as their investors, because the law protects them as well as the business like Boeing better than if Boeing were developing it themselves. Data rights. It has to do with data rights. And now there's an example where the business would want to protect the innovator for everybody's good. And that's a very specific example. And I'm wondering how Boeing handles that and how just a private investor thinks along the lines of how you protect an innovator.
Yeah, for Boeing hates licensing to anyone else's IP. They like owning their IP, developing it themselves. They don't really like big corporate Boeing doesn't like to bring in someone else's IP. They're like, well, we can build it better internally, which sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's there's a reason why there's people like yourself out there building stuff. But I guess, do you have any insights here?
I wasn't playing with my phone, I was turning up my ear trumpets, which work on the phone, so. I'm not sure I completely understand the situation, but I get a sense that you think is adversarial between whoever you want to sell your intellectual property to, or?
I'm assuming it's basically cooperative, because obviously I wouldn't be here if I thought I could do it by myself, or if I thought this was so big, I can't even get a grip on sort of the next steps, because I don't have any training on all those things, and so it requires a lot of resources. However, I guess maybe I just haven't been introduced to enough business models that might apply to me that I feel comfortable. Does that make sense? And so maybe there's a way of philosophy.
I don't know. Maybe we could do it offline, or I could talk a little bit about patents. I don't know if the audience wants to hear that or not.
You have a 2 to 3 minute thoughts on that?
I'm trying to make it real short.
Thanks.
A patent doesn't allow you to do something. It allows you to keep other people from doing something. So I always tell people, unless you're going to do it yourself, or you see a path where ultimately you're going to get money for people doing it, there are patent trolls and there are people that try to do a gotcha, and it never really works. So if you want to protect yourself, you can file what's called a provisional, which is cheap, and it's got some problems with it. But if you do that, before you talk to somebody, then you would have some protection. And if you're trying to talk to somebody that is adversarial, I'd say forget it, especially with a big company. If you're adversarial, they'll probably smash you.
Great, thanks. Any other questions? We got one right here.
Yeah, hi. Well, thanks for putting this together. It's illuminating and particularly useful. I'm with a small company that first time in here was last year to make a HUD for general aviation. And been pretty successful, and that success has been a blessing and a curse. The curse is now we need money, and otherwise I wouldn't be here, obviously. I'm interested both from a standpoint of the folks that have companies, but also investors, how we find more investors. Who are the ones? We're finding that it's really hard work to cull out the investors who are not just interested in software as a service or And also, how do you find more angel investors? It's easy to find Boeing, and I'll talk in a minute, but I'm curious about how do you pull out that long list of investors for the ones who might otherwise be invested in aerospace and technology and hardware.
Eric, maybe you can start, because you have,
And I've been living that. I can respect the process you're talking about. I've been living that for the past year. And again, I would say it's hard to find the right people. You always need to be out there networking. But you've also, you kind of got to come up with a template for who is the ideal investor for your business. And ultimately, what's going to make them excited and interested. And I would say, we have honed over the time kind of what is that background. If we look at the people who've actually come on board and are our investors, what was it about their background that made them interested in who we are? And you've got many factors that come into someone who's an early investor. I mean, clearly there is a financial side of it, but early on, for your seed and your angel round, there's also, does it appeal to someone's personal passion? I mean, is it a market they care about? If it's not a market they care about, then all you're having is a financial discussion, and that's a dollar discussion than appealing to someone about, okay, how are we going out and changing the world? How are we making our mark on the aerospace market? What's going to be radically different 10 years down the road if we do this or don't do this, and how can you be a part of that? And so I think that there is perhaps less so once you get to Horizon X, not that there's not an emotional side to that as well, but that starts to be more about the business model, the numbers, how do you combine forces to do something where 1 + 1 = 3. But with those earlier stages, I think you do have to think about kind of the passion and the emotional motivation of the person. And that will help you think through, aside from does the person have money or not, what type of person is really going to connect with you. And how do you basically filter through it? There are only so many hours in a day. How do you avoid talking to the right people avoid talking to the wrong people so you can talk to more of the right people, because there are an endless number of people who are interested in hearing your pitch, but if you know they have very low odds, maybe it's time to hone in and go in places. So.
Tom, can you maybe, has getting money made it easier to find money? Are people coming to you now? Do you have any thoughts in terms of how that works?
Yeah.
That network?
Definitely. I mean, I had a guy that offered me a bunch of money because he wanted to be on the same cap table as Richard Branson. I guess from my perspective is, I don't know what your company is, but as a hardware product, I see people constantly, other hardware products saying, yeah, I'm looking to raise money or do another round. Where for me, like you said, it takes a lot of time and energy to go find an investor, pitch them and everything. For me, I'd rather use my energy to go build my company in sales. So I don't know where you're at. Have you had any sales? So do you want to focus more on sales, that time and energy on sales, or do you want to go find an investor? Because the amount of time it would take me to do that, to go find an investor, I could probably close several very large deals. So I'm to the point where we eat what we kill. So it just depends what direction that you want to go to, where do you want to spend your time. So yeah, I mean, to a point, yeah, if you do have an investor, it definitely will help finding other investors, but that's kind of my attitude on it.
Hi, my name is Matt Deneen, and one of the things we heard was that investors like investing in teams, but then we also heard about the friends, family, pool stage where it's probably one person. Tom, you mentioned trying to keep it as small as possible for as long as possible. When in the process do you see the need to build a team? Say kind of after a prototype, maybe Tom, from your experience, how did that team building process look for you?
Yeah, I actually, from the very, very start, day one, people were like, well, what does your team look like? And I was like, it's just super early and it's your friend just because you're like, hey man, this is cool, let's do it. So then you realize how your friend's not good at whatever division that they're putting you in. I've seen, like, specifically with college startups, is that if you could resist having a team right away, I would definitely recommend it if it's a college startup, because typically what's happening is you're talking to your friends in class who are also mechanical engineers who want to start this company. Now you got a team full of engineers and no one knows how to do any marketing. So now we have 5 engineers and the things are way over designed where you can't even get something to work, or in front of you. So yeah, I guess any tip is just super diverse if you can. It's just don't force a team. What I've always said is, like, when you do great things, great people will come. So they'll see that and they'll be like, oh wow, yeah, I see that this is a rocket ship. I see this as a lake. So don't force it. It's definitely needed. But I definitely want to go to an investor before having a team. It's definitely a long, hard road. People just think, oh, I can work this up together and in a month we'll be millionaires. Not really. So that's my 2 cents.
Marlon, can you maybe take that a little bit further down the path? Because you mentioned team. Maybe just dive a little deeper into the aspects of the team that make you jump out and say, wow, product is getting there, team, these guys, we guys and gals, we get them on board.
Yeah. A diverse team is really important. Also, if you have how long you work together as a team, whether it's in your current company or prior, that's really important. Credentials on a page are also, they're not a deal maker, but they could potentially be a deal breaker, I guess. Have you been through an accelerator program? Have you been through other steps of developing your startup and your business together and work through that? Because these times are pretty hard, and if you've been there through the whole time together, then that's typically pretty telling. Another point that people are making is like, okay, how do I raise money? And it's less so like, okay, I need this much money, but okay, what do you need the money for? And one question I often ask, okay, what are your other options instead of raising the money? Could you partner with someone else who's making that hardware piece? Do you have to build it yourself? If you bootstrap instead for the next 6 months, how would that change your roadmap? And it's I think one of the problems I've seen is when, they're so focused on building their business their way, they want to be innovative in their own business, but you also need to, open up doors and look at how you fit into the ecosystem and how you can also innovate elsewhere. Sorry, it's a little bit of a tangent, but.
I guess one thing to add to that is, as you're going out to raise funding, make sure that you're raising the right amount, because there's such a thing as raising too little and also too much. And so you have to kind of think about, to Martha's point, what is it that funding allows you to achieve? And if there's a major milestone that you're working towards as a company that's kind of the next big step, you don't want to raise half that much money, because getting halfway to that step isn't ultimately going to prepare you to raise the next round of funding, because you're not going to be able to answer that next level of questions. It takes you to the next scale. And then vice versa, raising too much funding, that sounds like a T6, several of those. If you raise too much funding, you may be parting with too much of your company early on, and you're going to go through successive rounds of dilution as you get bigger and bigger, particularly if you've got a large-scale capital-intensive idea. And so with that, it's very important to raise enough, but not too much. And that requires really linking that funding raise to knowing what you're going to do with the funding and how that's going to position you for success.
Yeah, a good book to read from the investment side is, gosh, I have the cover in my mind. I'm going to just stop talking right now because I can't remember it. I'll remember it and tell you guys later. So, while I'm having a wrap up, I'll remember this book. Rich, since you got the microphone, can you give us a, 15, 30-second takeaway for the audience, and we'll come back down the line to kind of take home point.
Well, I want to use that to kind of answer how do you find investors. And my answer would be keep doing what you're doing. You find it, gosh, I know several companies that have started here. Go to professional organizations. Together and find somebody that you want to find somebody that shares your passion, as we heard. So go to AeroInnovate, go to EAA, go to Fly-ins, just talk to people.
Yeah, I guess my takeaway would be, again, on the funding aspect, to reiterate is, don't ask for funding, but enter the conversation with what you're trying to achieve. If you're asking for $1 million for environmental testing of your hardware product, just say you're looking to test your product, and then Boeing might say, oh, we can do that. We have all those chambers that you need, and so you don't need the $1 million. You need the testing. That's my takeaway.
I guess one takeaway that I'll share regards to the benefit of early investors, and I think that almost universally, all the people I know starting up business, including us, you may have a great idea, but there are always flaws with it. And there is a real value to having to justify your existence to third parties and tell your story and really go out there and seek out funding, because it forces you to really have a compelling case. And so, there's a piece of pitching your business early on that is as much about refining your own vision for what business is as it is about actually going out and getting that funding, because it's easy to convince yourself when you're a team of people. It's easy for you to all get groupthink and say, well, we've got the best thing ever. And you need to be very conscious of that and put yourself in a position where those assumptions get challenged by other people that will make you better.
So I kind of have a unique perspective on startups. Someone I very admire are single moms, because if their child doesn't have food, what happens? The mom will have money to feed the child. If the mom doesn't have any money, she will find money. She's got to wash dishes, she's got to sell her shoes, whatever's got to happen, she'll make sure that the child's fed. Where the perspective of startups, a lot of people do not have that, where they're like, oh yeah, well we hit our end of our runway, so therefore we had to shut it down. Where like if mom were to say, well what happened to your daughter? Well, I just hit the end of my runway and had no money to feed my child. That's not what happens. Where like if you do whatever's necessary to keep your startup going, you're a team, and then also investors will recognize that and be like, wow, this person's really dedicated. They're going to do whatever it takes to push it forward.
giving me time to check on the internet to find the